Transformers. A brand that has been embedded in me since I was but a wee little all-squire. The Transformers have had their place in the hearts and minds of nerds and nerdettes of all ages. Comics, shows, video games, and the toys, of course! I don't have a problem, you do. The entire point of a Transformer is the ability to change into some form of alternate mode. Over the years, the idea of a Transformer has evolved through many different ideas for what an alternate mode could be. Starting out simple, we had Transformers that simply transformed into vehicles, but then we had electronic appliances and, as topical as it is, beasts. With Transformers Rise of the Beasts just around the corner, I wanted to take this time to celebrate the series in a unique way. Transformers are more than meets the eye, but what Transformers are less than the sum of their parts? I want to talk about the weirdest Transformers today and the weirder stuff that they turn into. Good morning, noon, or evening, my beautiful people. My name is All Night, and this is the least practical Transformers. Let's head into the depths of the Transformers universe, where some bots trade in their wheels and wings for fins and propellers. This is kind of a cheap jab, but the idea of a vehicle alt form implies that the alt form enhances the Transformer's ability in some way, be it through mobility, added strength, or special utility. Any of the titular Seekers in the series get the benefit of having the most flexible alt form, being able to travel in the air. Any land-based alt mode, be it just for speed or combat, also makes sense. However, the poor Transformers unlucky enough to pick friggin' boats as their alternate form never quite made sense to me. I'm honestly shocked I haven't even seen a pirate ship Transformer and would buy one in a heartbeat. Hasbro, take notes. But sea-based vehicles are unfortunately not the most practical. Or they may be too practical. I mean, yeah, sure, the Earth is like 80% water, so an aquatic alt mode is pretty darn useful for large distances of water, but this mode becomes incredibly useless once you hit a strip of land. I mean, hell, even Optimus Prime could just, and float on a flat piece of driftwood or something. I don't know. Any land-based Transformer also gets the luxury of, transforming whenever the hell they want, and they still are able to do their thing. But the second any boat or aquatic Transformer changes, last I checked, despite David Hasselhoff having shape-shifting pecs, I don't think he's Cybertronian.
Did you see that?
The control.
Though my research is inconclusive. Let's not forget someone like Depth Charge from Beast Wars. Not every beast mode gets away scot-free in this case, and this poor guy's no exception. He transforms into a manta ray, so yeah, sure, we could say that he gets a stinger as a weapon, but as soon as he transforms, he just... The only water-based Transformer that I've ever even been remotely worried about is Tidal Wave, and that... is for very justified reasons.
Why?
Monkey.
Look, I love a little every now and again, but I've never been able to justify Optimus Primal's design. A life form that is modeled after bipedal Homo sapiens shifts form into another bipedal Homo sapien. What is the use of turning into a gorilla anyway? Please, tell me. No stingers, no wings, no claws, just monkey. You could make the argument that it makes him stronger, but where the hell is Primal hiding those gains from underneath his damn monkey abs? I feel like for most Transformer beast modes, you could make an argument for them in some way, shape, or form. T-Rex gets an added huge tail and weight redistribution with the big legs and whatnot. It justifies a change in form. Scorponok gets a big ol' nasty stinger and more armor. Rhinox gets a big beefy horn. Primal already looks like a monkey. He just looks more monkey. Not the worst offender by any means. We'll get to you soon. But Optimus Primal is as redundant as they come. Stoked for the movie, though. We do not talk enough about how Ron friggin' Perlman is voicing a Transformer. Am I the only one giddy about that? Alright, this is just plain silly. Like, just silly. Just goofy. Downright rambunctious. Perceptor is fascinating because unlike a majority of Cybertronians, his alternate form is a tool, rendered completely immobile with only one very specific purpose: a microscope. That's it. Now, in his defense, Perceptor is a fan favorite due to his characterization. He's the quintessential Autobot scientist, after all. And some iterations of the character make his big ol' rod, I don't like the way that sounds, into a cannon as opposed to just a scope or a lens, which helps in this case. But not unlike other stationary cannon Transformers, it's too specific and just not enough justification for transforming as opposed to, well, you know. Now, robots in disguise can honestly render this entire video moot, but
That wouldn't be content now, would it?
yes, I get it. Some of these alt forms only serve the purpose of stealth in very specific ways as opposed to function. Sure. But once the fighting starts, when the hell will magnification come in handy? Alongside Perceptor are a large number of bots that are just literal appliances, from vending machines, computers, and, yes, my dearly beloved Soundwave, whose most popular form is a tape player. Soundwave, my guy, it is 2023. You couldn't just turn into TikTok and dox all of Gen Z instead? Uh-oh, is that too topical? On a completely unrelated note, my favorite form of my favorite Decepticon is actually Transformers Prime Soundwave. The robotic and unfeeling nature of his character having a surveillance drone alternate mode makes way too much sense when you think of the Decepticon's ultimate spy. I need the name and address of the guy who greenlit this so I can knock on his door very politely and knock some sense into his head. Headmasters are the ones that I honestly have the least knowledge of. They rarely come up in modern Transformers media anymore, but here's the basic breakdown. Headmasters are a weirdly symbiotic variation of Cybertronians where a smaller entity, be it robot or human, transforms into the head of a larger robot using special technology. This usually occurs between two sentient beings so they can ratatouille their way around as a more powerful variant. Unlike the epic combiners such as Menasor, Bruticus, and Devastator, this is literally just the head. And without the other guy, it would just be a head. Technically, this is supposed to be like a weird mech suit-up type of deal. The Headmaster themselves gets a bigger body to do things with, and the body of the duo gets some sort of cockamamie enhancement, like better vision, agility, etc. This could have been an interesting concept if it wasn't for the fact that without the Headmaster, the body just doesn't do anything. It just stands there. You literally just made a mech with more steps, Hasbro. Don't kid yourselves for Primus' sake. Who the hell can stand by for Titanfall when these idiots just stand? Even mini-cons had plot relevancy and could also transform no matter how small they were. This is just parts forming, but made canon, and I kinda wanna barf just thinking about that, so we're done here.
We're all gonna die.
Shut up, Rat Trap.
Look, I love the guy too. I haven't seen a ton of Beast Wars to make a definitive call on the character, but come on. Let me circle back to Optimus Primal argument for a moment when it comes to beast modes. Unless some wild shift in mass occurs here, the point of a beast mode should be to provide some type of advantage that one could not easily have achieved in robot mode. In Beast Wars, everyone knows Rat Trap changes into a rat. Shocker, I know. You immediately lose any intimidation factor, potential for stealth, or anything while in beast mode. Cheetor, cheetahs run fast. Rhinox, big ol' horns, better weight distribution to use said horns. Dinobot, raptor claws, and teeth. The best that Rat Trap has going for him is that he makes one hell of a good soup, and we don't even know that for sure. 2 Ratatouille jokes in a Transformers video? That's gotta be a record, right? Right?
Shut up.
Okay. Yep, everyone said it by this point, so may as well weigh in on it. Look, you had to be in the pitch meeting for when Transformers was coming to the States, and we had to describe the villain of this franchise.
Yes, John Hasbro, we have our titular villain of the franchise. He transforms into the most diabolical device known to man.
And what's that, Mr. Jim Intern? I feel like the more I talk about redundancy in Transformer alternate modes, the argument itself continues to become redundant, and I'm sorry for that. Normally, a transformation either enhances the bot in question, or it's a net zero change like Optimus Primal. But Megatron loses functionality by turning into a pistol. Let's not even talk about the quantum physics necessary to shrink him down during the transformation so Starscream can do his thing. Shippers, calm down. But the worst offense with this particular alt mode is turning into a tool or weapon for someone else to use. I can almost make a fair argument for turret or cannon-based Transformers because they can at least aim and shoot on their own. Does it make sense to supplement gun with different gun as a transformation? Hell no. But at least they're strong, independent Cybertronians that don't need no bottom, sorry again Starscream fans, to make them useful. It's dumb, you know it's dumb, I know it's dumb, which is why Hasbro has never gone back to this design, ever. That and the giving realistic looking firearm toys to children part. So those were my picks for the least practical Transformers that have ever seen the light of Cybertron. If I dunked on your favorite Transformer today, I'm not sorry. The opinions in today's video are of course my own, but I'd love to hear down in the comments just what type of nonsense you've experienced with this franchise, and just how deep the rabbit hole goes on strange Transformers. If you like hearing me talk about giant robots, well, fancy that. I make more videos talking about giant robots. Some would say I might have a problem! Transformers Rise of the Beasts is upon us, and don't worry, I'll be talking about that movie in due time, but if you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, don't forget that subscribe button. As always, I've been your host all night, and do not forget to stay loved, keep loving, and have a wonderful night.